last-ish minute, about 7:30.
Oh no, that's fine.
Cool.
8 o'clock's like my cut off, kind of, in my head.
Did you get my showcase ones?
Got 'em. I did that post on the group, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
So, technically live now, but they're only looking at the thumbnail. They don't know what's going on.
Did you get my showcase ones?
Got 'em.
Everyone put your
I did that
uploads
post on the
before
group,
credits
didn't
end.
Oh, yeah.
Today's show.
Ooh.
Well, they can see me, I think.
No, they can hear you, mate.
Oh, right, okay. Hello, Tony. Clean your coils, man. They were gunky.
Oh dear. Right. All right. Well, I'll roll intro then.
Roll to intro.
I'll roll intro. You got to press that one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blah, 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 blah.
And we're live. We're on screen.
Yay!
Jazz hands. Welcome to the Ideal Home Show, episode 180. I'm joined by John from justadnick.co.uk, Rick from atiwire.com, and
Modmaker.
and Modmaker, of course, and James from imasquonker.co.uk.
I think that's never fun, I'm afraid.
What?
The fans didn't keep up the website, I'm afraid. I don't
No, is it gone?
I think it was just a 1-year jobby, and then they were like, "Oh, well, it was good to start with."
It's been a year since
That tight bugger only bought it for a year.
I think so.
That's weird. He's a shrewd businessman.
He is
Scottish, isn't he? So,
He is now.
Welcome. What a show we've got for you tonight. We're going to be mostly talking about squonking.
Yay!
There's a little bit of stuff. I'm sure you'd agree. A little bit of stuff later on.
a little bit.
And a few things. We've got a Travava. We've got this week on Instagram. We've got some World Vape news. And back this week, due to Rick being here, we've got a mod showcase.
Bravo!
I'll let you go another month without one.
I've had a little sneaky peek as well, and it is a packed showcase and a good one as well.
Oh, it's good.
Ooh, it's lovely. Right, let's crack on. John,
Well,
how's your week been? What are you drinking? What are you vaping? And who over 50 would you still do? No, I'm joking.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah, Mel Sykes, Natalie Imbruglia, and list goes on. No, not that.
The thing is, how old are you, John?
37.
Oh no, you're not that old. You're not that old. If you were old like myself and Rick, then the
If
people
you
who
ask me that, I'll just say my wife. Because she's 50 this year.
Oh,
very shrewd.
I'm a toy
well,
boy.
John can add Annie to the list.
Those.
No, that's not a suitable question. What's your favourite food in a can?
That's quite good. Natalie Bruglia is not 50, by the way.
I was
She's
thinking.
got to be knocking on the door.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
she's
of
not-
Kylie Minogue.
1975, so she's 44.
Hurley.
Oh.
So yeah, possibly. Yeah, I know what you mean. I would never have answered it, but we're going to go for the can.
Shirley
Favourite
Bassey.
food. Oh, you'd have to give a CBR before and after.
Racist.
I was just thinking confident.
Diamonds of
I'm
Burma.
Right, what am I drinking? I'm drinking. I had a bottle. Where the fuck is it? I'm drinking Ease Up IPA by the Adnams. I already had a what's my G? G&T. It's good. What am I vaping on? I was going to start pondering. I am vaping on a Guardian V3 with a Dwar 16 on top. In that, I've got lemon crack 45 milligram. Mm-hmm.
You're a monster, 45 milligram.
Oh, it's good though.
And you're chucking serious cloud spray, aren't you, with it as well?
Why not? That's what you want, isn't it? And I've got 45 milligram crack current in the EVL Reaper V3 on top of the Wismec Synos V200. I got that as well. That's 45 milligram crack current as well. It's very nice. That was just the 2 setups this evening. Favorite? How's my week been? Good. Yeah, good. It's getting hot now. It wasn't. Start of the week, it's cold, but now it's getting hot. It's really boiling in this little room with all the lamps on. Do favorite food in a can? Oh, fucking hell. I think I'm gonna have to go with the obvious, really. I think go with the nation's favorite, baked beans. Not that they're my favorite thing in a can, but they're probably the thing I would eat most out of a can, which isn't very often.
Yeah, they're good.
It doesn't have to be that. You've changed the criteria.
My favourite. All right, then
Sweet
I'm
corn?
going to... I do like a bit of sweet corn, me.
Soup!
No, don't like soup.
Soup!
Bray Bentos pie.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that's a can. Does it have sauce?
You know, on the conveyor belt, there's pedigree chum on one side and Frey Bentos on the other side. Just goes.
All they do is add some salt to it.
Oh, it's I quite like
Sandra
Mandarin.
Bullock, great shout in chat.
Mandarin segments in
Blizzard.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? All the fruit in
not all of it.
juice. Well, pineapple and mandarin.
Peaches will give you. I mean, that'll give you type 2 diabetes in one bit.
No. They're always available. You always get the syrup
Fox.
or the juice.
I like the juice. Well, I used to.
I've never had peaches in juice. I've had the segments in juice. I haven't in orange stuff. Now I'm going with beans. Right. Rick. I'm going to go with Rick.
Yeah.
How are you? How's your week been? What are you drinking? What are you vaping?
I've got to come up with a question for James now. I'm no good at these questions.
Who's your favourite hat-wearing celebrity?
Okay. The week's been same as usual. A little bit quieter than it used to be, but it's still going all right. Had some well, it is sad news. I'll say it's sad news. Carly isn't coming back to it. She might be watching, actually. Hello, Carly, if you are. Carly's decided she's going to be a stay-at-home mum, which I thought she wouldn't. I said at the time, you're not a mum. You haven't been a mum before. You're going to want to stay at home with your kids. No, I'm coming back. No, you won't. You probably won't. But yeah, she's told me that, so I was still friends with her. See him and stuff. But no, week's been fine at work. A few little bits and bobs coming along. Nothing crazy. Got those drip tips coming soon.
Oh, the
Those
whistle
whistles.
tips.
We need to talk about that, John.
MM
You
whistle.
might want some of those.
Oh yeah. I might want some.
Never know.
I might want the one you were sending me 2 weeks ago.
Oh shit. Tomorrow.
Love you, bud.
Right. What am I vaping on? What am I drinking on first? I'm drinking on Elvis juice this evening.
Oh, it's good, that one.
Because it's blooming lovely. I think this is the drink for the summer, really. It's sort of refreshing, and when it's warm, it's nice, you know. I am vaping on a Chris Scott Mackenzie KO with a Fluid Mods Convergent and my little whistle tip on top. And in that, I've got Jeffrey's Vintage Bakery, the trifle, still on the trifle. Doesn't use much when you're vaping at low wattage, so I'm still on that 60ml bottle, nearly through it. I'm vaping on my Scott Bonner, my Scott Bonner TFX Kira. Within that, it's got my blackcurrant mix with a Haku Cruiser on top, with a Chris Munoz bell cap. And I've got a new mod that I picked up finally got it. It's been in production for quite a few months now. I ordered it in December, and I got it at Expo. I picked it up, and that's that new morning. What is it?
Yeah.
Morning Star.
I
the
remember you
mech,
getting that, putting that
English
deposit down.
mech.
Yeah, I've got this Morning Star mech. It's great, really good. It's a really interesting button design on it. It's different. Takes 2700 batteries, and
Were they there at the show, or did you pick it up?
Yeah, they were on the Evolution Vaping stand.
Oh, cool.
I needed a new button. They changed the button design, and he said pop along. So I got a stainless button, and it's very interesting design because it's got like a cartridge in it. It comes out. The whole thing comes out. So it's sort of spun-loaded, constant contact battery on the batteries. Really good, really good. Nice design.
Just because you mentioned them, James Burr of Evolution Vaping, he 5 years ago he was just getting ready to open his shop.
Man, he's done well.
And I had a quick word with James the other day, and he put a post up on his own page just showing the thing. And when I spoke to James, I did just pass on how chuffed everybody is for him. Like, because I think that's easy to forget. I said you absolutely not.
I think that's the go-to shop for hardware online. To be honest, I bought a few things from there. They've always got
awesome.
At Expo. That's the only stall that's got everything there. They got proper hardware when they go to these events.
They were the only UK distro that were super professional with
They
the
were
saver.
super. They're so, James. If anybody talks to James or James happens to watch this, congratulations for where you are 5 years ago. Awesome. We're all chuffed.
So he's about the same age as Mobmaker then.
Yeah.
Because I'm just gone over 5 years now.
I think he's just under. But not bad. No, it's amazing, really.
Yeah,
Was
he's done great.
them at VFest who had the little caravan-y thing next to Mike and
No.
Oh, they had a big stall with a big central customer service bit and all racking all round with hardware in it.
It's always black. Whatever James ever does is always black.
Mr. Mister. Well, I'm sure I saw
He
it.
was the one who scrolled. Well, Evolution were the ones who had the scrolling screen. Was it last year at Expo? And they'd got what's the dry burn tobacco thing? Can't remember.
IQOS.
And it said something like IQOS is shit. IQOS is
They're
shit.
saying that was Spar Vapes, James, in chat.
They were good. I like that. I like them because they had water and I was very thirsty. That's
Anyway,
why I like them.
sorry to interrupt.
They just had water for sale and I bought water.
Sorry to interrupt, Rick. I just thought I'd jump in on the.
No, that's right. No, so that's what I'm vaping on. Yeah, this Morning Star. Let me think. Remember what it's called. It comes in a nice box. Hustle. That's a Hustle, and this is number 3. So I've got an early number there, and it's great. Yeah, really good. So have a look. See what you think of Morning Star mods if you fancy a mech made in the UK. Question.
Oh, favourite celebrity with a hat.
Our favourite celebrity with a hat.
Yes.
What, a celebrity that always is known for having a hat on?
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood.
He doesn't always have a hat on. He doesn't have a hat on.
That would count. That would count. I would think of him with a hat.
I do like a bit of Clint Eastwood on the cowboy films. Yeah.
I used to always do this thing with, if there was ever a party and it was fancy dress, I was used to just go normal but with a cowboy hat on. So if it was a theme, I would just crowbar the cowboy hat into that theme. So I remember one time it was 80s and I said Clint Eastwood and they were like, oh yeah, fine. And one time it was 90s and I said, oh, Madonna. I'm Madonna. And then one time it was noughties and I said, oh, I'm Woody from Toy Story. It's just a universal. And as the party goes along, pop the hat off. Happy days.
Best celebrity with a hat. Can I just choose a show that
Tommy
they all
Cooper.
wear hats in?
Bob Clark in chat, Tommy Cooper.
Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah, good one.
Oh yeah, but that's
Tommy
to blame.
Shelby.
Something. That's to blame for fucking idiots wearing flat caps and like twats in them in Tesco all the time.
I don't care. Peaky Blinders is the best thing I've seen
never seen
in
it.
a long time.
Just watching fucking idiots wandering around Tesco.
Captain Manrin.
Well, it's stylish, isn't it? It's style. It's not. I like it. I've got a flat cap.
Yeah, you look all right in it. It's when nobody's told me to look a fucking.
It's just normal attire here.
Whip it, flat cap, pigeon.
Just popped mine off and hung it on the door. Put
Right.
it on top of the
James.
hood.
How's your week been, young man? What are you drinking on? What are you vaping on? And
Yeah, sorry about that.
I hate questions. I can never think of them off the top of my head ever. What's your favourite dinner in it? What's your favourite thing that comes in a can as well?
Cool. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Rick. Week's been all right. You know, it's been good. It's been all right. It's been good. It's been busy, and it's been good. It's been exciting. I'm really excited about this whole sorting the thing that we haven't talked about just yet. But the thing it's been exciting. Yeah, it's good. Good week. All right. I'm vaping on my Sunbox E7 Classic with a Viper on top and a whistle on top of there, and in there is Tobacco Crunch. And I've got the old Rave Mini out, the little teeny tiny Rave Mini. That's got one of them little, what's that called? That's the 016 from them people. Otis. That's the Otis 016. That's what I'm vaping on. And in there is some Turk with some salts, and I've got that 45 milligram, just the same as John. 45.
Hardcore.
Because you can just tell people, like, can't you? Yeah, I mean,
how much have you got it on, like 3?
Yeah, I'm on 68. Yeah,
it's good though. It's good.
I'm going to go on 100 just to be more man. It's like the curry shop, isn't it? It's like you go to the curry shop. I'll have a Vindaloo. No,
there's less of a hit.
Man, I'll have the Vindaloo.
yeah.
There's less of a hit from 45 milligram Nick salt than there is from 16 freebase.
I was just about to say that. It's just exactly the same. So I've got 2 milligram in there, but you know, I weighed it up and I'm kind of balancing out with my 45 in there. Lovely, absolutely. I've got 3 milligram in there. 3 milligram Nick salt. That's my level of Nick salt. So you're saying that is less than 2? It's not less than 2 milligram.
No, it's the same. This is what it is.
Don't feel the same. So that's I'm drinking on. I've just finished that bottle of Star Prom, and I've just opened another green on the again this week. Spotties this week.
Spurg.
Oh yeah, on the Carlsbergs. Nice little it's a session lager.
As it says on the can,
You'd have to drink 12 cans.
Pilsner, doesn't it? I mean, no.
It says
Pilsner, isn't it?
No, it doesn't say it.
Yeah, John.
Hey.
Ooh.
No, it doesn't say Pilsner. It says lager.
I thought
It is
it
lager,
was.
isn't it? It's probably the world best.
In fact, it says beer.
That is a good description of that.
Established 1847. They've been on the. How long has your brew dog been on the go, John? You're not drinking brew dogs.
Adnams? Don't know. I'll find out. You carry on.
1847. Tried and tested. We all love that. So that's that. I sort of mentioned it earlier. I quite like. I probably quite like soup. Soup in a can is probably my favourite thing in a can. I think you could buy soup and you could keep it forever. And if you were like camping, you could just eat it from the can. I've never eaten anything. I've never ever done that. I've never eaten anything from a can.
Oh, I have.
I've had baked beans from a can.
I've had baked beans from a can.
I've never eaten anything from a can.
I've had soup from a can before as well.
Yeah, what, cold?
No, well, I was really young and I was sort of doing a bit of travelling around France in my old Mark I Cavalier when I was younger, and I got a tin of soup and I put it by the radiator under the bonnet and drove for 100 miles, and then it was warm, so I had it with a baguette.
Nice. 1872.
Top tip.
Very French.
Adnams Brewery.
Had no money.
1872.
1872. Oh, well, in beer top trumps, I'm afraid I win.
You do.
Yeah. In your face. Anyway, so yeah, it's probably soup. I used to like soup a lot. I used to eat a lot of soup. But now I'm on sandwiches. I do it. You know, I get stuck in a rut with lunches. So now I have sandwiches like every lunchtime, Monday to Friday. I'm a sandwich man. But
what's your take on the big soup? It was a big soup.
It's a winter thing. A big soup. It's a winter thing. But I do like a soup, and I really think you should have it. You know, should always have soup in your pantry. I think it's a good. If you've got a pantry, I like a pantry. We didn't have a pantry until we moved in this house. and now I can't live without a pantry. I know it's just a big cupboard, but it's got a door like a
You never
normal
know
door.
when the
hasn't it?
apocalypse is coming, so...
You do know?
No, you never know when the apocalypse is coming, so always
No,
have a
no,
can of big
they-
soup.
They don't pre-warn you, so you should always have some soup in.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
But I've never eaten straight from the can. Okay, that's my bullshit. Let's, Richard. What are you drinking? What are you vaping? How's your week been? And what's your favourite childhood toy that you miss?
Okay.
Or that you wish you kept? Or something like that. And it could be either because you miss it or because it's like escalating the value ridiculously.
Oh, okay. Right. I don't want to
Fucking
be...
blackbird around your house.
I'm sorry about that. That's not a lot I can do about that. There's a noisy bird outside, and it's not my wife. Right, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm drinking. It's quite a new one. It's called Stella Artois.
Oh, you boys are letting the craft ale beers down with your Carly.
Well, hold on for this. Hold on for this. These chaps talking about the year. Are you ready for this?
Go for it.
1366.
Bloody hell.
Get
It's one at beer top trumps. I
Get
mean,
on my level.
it's fucking awful, but at least it's old.
And they haven't changed the recipe one jot.
You wouldn't need to. It's just get an old tyre.
They've been beating their wives for hundreds of years.
Millennia. Yeah, it's 1366 BC.
Did you beat up your wife last night? I did.
It's mead.
This.
It's mead. If you ever watch any of the Viking stuff, or like Last Kingdom or the Vikings or whatever, and it seems like they drink quite a lot.
They do. Not just in Vikings, in England as well.
I
But
know what
in that
factories
era,
they come out with.
in that era, because obviously I was worried about their health. You know, they're drinking as much as
Well,
they
they're
do.
dying at 40.
But apparently, in that era, mead and beer and all that, it was only about 0.5%.
Yeah, the kids, that's what they drink. That was the kids' drink, the mead.
It was just fluid.
Well, they couldn't drink the water, could they?
No. So that's that. So that's that put to bed. But
Same around here.
Stella, yeah. Stella and vaping on this. This is new. Review up for this tomorrow. This is the Atomizer Light from Steam Crave. 23
Dark to me.
Single
Looks
player.
dark. Is it light or dark?
Well, actually, I do address that in the review because they have a very different meaning for the word light to say Smovesto.
Yeah, but the original's fucking massive. That's why.
Yeah, I think they just mean narrower by light because it's by no means like Svo. They mean less complicated, trimmed down.
Oh, okay. I thought
no top airflow,
like 10 mil.
simplified. This has got like a trillion moving parts.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. I think so. So there's that. That's got Cassandra in. Also got this. This is the Vaptio Cosmo. This would be good for you.
I saw this somewhere. Where did I see this? Did we see it at Expo?
Yeah,
Somebody.
but this is great for the little tanks. This is like a 16 miller on here.
Yeah, that would be a little dwarf on top. That'd be great.
Yeah, your only choices are high, medium, and low. So you have to compromise in some respect. And this, we'll talk about this a bit more later. But this is the iJoy Mercury, a new all-in-one billet box Orion-esque type thing, tiny, but similar sort of thing as that. And that's the thing, and we'll talk about that later.
Cool.
What was the question?
Oh, toy that you wish you'd kept,
toy.
or for either financial reasons, or you would still play with it.
Yes, right, okay. Probably my favourite. Looking back, probably my favourite thing was, in hindsight, it's probably Scalextric.
Good toy that was.
And I can't wait for
I never had one. We were
to
too
be old
poor.
enough to get into that.
We were too poor for me to have a Scalextric.
Well, all we could stretch to was the Mighty Mini.
Yeah.
That was a certain set that had the
2 minis.
We'd be using up the electric off the meter too fast if I had to go electrics.
Not even the Mighty Mini, it was the Mighty Metro.
Oh.
Do you remember the Metro before Rover took it?
The Mini Metro? Yeah, I remember the original Mini Metro.
So you had 2 Scale Electrics Mini Metros?
Yeah, it was a very simplistic figure of 8.
They use less electricity going round.
Yeah.
They couldn't stay on the track. You had to be very light on the old trigger.
So when you get that magic amount of pull, and then no problem at all.
It's but it taught you, really to accelerate out of the corners,
I must admit, I never had Scale Electrics as a child, but I did buy Scale Electrics as an adult, quite a lot of Scale Electrics as an adult, and but I never had anybody to play with. So what John's saying there with the trigger thing, because when you're an adult, I don't know what.
Got it?
Yeah, I've got a couple of big bags of Scale
Electrics. Bring it to the vape meet. Set it up. We'll have a play.
Yeah. You know what it is? It is such a funny one to set up Scale Electric. It's not the easy. The snapping together. When you've had it a few years, this starts to get a little bit corrosion on there. But it's a funny on. I tell
you what, though, have you tried the magnets trick?
What's the magnets trick?
So the connection on the car, I put magnets on them. Oh, handles like a beast.
Oh, some of the cars have already got magnets on there. I'm saying because I had a few friends and we would play Scale Electrics all at the same time, and we had a big truck set up for a while, and this one of the lads had one of these Caterham Cup sort of super lightweight jobbies that had magnets on. He could just put it all the way down, trigger all the way down. Wouldn't come off the track. He was absolutely unbeatable.
It's that crossover one that's where the action happens, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you need. Or where they come really close together.
They need to introduce that to Formula 1.
Yeah, you've got to go across that. That'd be amazing.
Of course they don't cross over.
I should also say hi to everyone in chat.
Hi to everyone in
Matt
chat.
Fox is in, Bob Clark, Grumpy's in, Cuz, Matt, Jibby, Derry, John, Morgantium, Nick, Dino, Johan, Tony, everyone's in. Schwarzenegger's in.
Morgantium's Keith. Hello, Keith.
Yeah. Hello, Keith.
Well, I'm just reading off a list. So that everyone's in there. If you're watching this on catch up, you're not part of the Facebook group and all that sort of stuff. The reason it's called the Big Meet is because later on we're going to reveal the date and location of the Ideal Home Show Vape Meet, the official 2019 Vape Meet.
If you want to jump forward, it's going to be exactly 48 minutes and 7 seconds.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. So let's should we crack into the news? Should we
crack into the news.
Into the news?
Oh, there's a really great breaking story on a lot of news networks that kind of broke yesterday, the day before. It's brilliantly. It's a really good example of critical thinking, actually, in the way the media works. I've got this off Gizmodo, but the Sun ran with it. Daily Mail ran with it. I'm not sure if the Guardian did. They may well have, but it's going to haunt us a little bit. It's one of those brilliant studies. So it's all the way from America land. This came from this is a UK website, Gizmodo. Vaping could make it harder for your body to fight the flu. Preliminary research suggests. I'm going to go with the first 2 paragraphs. Anyone who regularly smoked knows that colds and flus can hit them harder than they would a non-smoker. But people who vape could be in for the same sort of trouble, according to some new, in open brackets and very preliminary close brackets research that'll come up out today. It suggests that e-cigarettes can weaken the body's ability to fend off the flu virus, though possibly in a different way than the cigarette smoke does. That is never backed up, that bit. Research at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill conducted a trial with 3 groups of human volunteers. I'm not going to give you the figure of how many there were. I'm just going to carry on. Self-reported non-smokers, regular smokers, and regular e-cigarette users. All 3 groups were given a weakened form of the flu virus, the exact same kind of virus used in the nasal spray flu vaccine. So they were all vaccinated for the flu. It wasn't similar. It was that. In this weakened form, the virus can't make us sick, but the body's immune system still responds to it like a typical viral invader. Before and after the virus dose, the volunteers had their throat and nose swabbed and a blood samples taken from each. As expected, the immune system of the smokers was worse at marshalling their defences against the flu compared to non-smokers. The change, there were higher levels of the viral messenger RNA detected in smokers, indicating the virus was able to replicate more of itself. The change wasn't seen among e-cigarette smokers, though the others were. The other changes were relative to either smokers or non-smokers. Anyway, this article goes on and on and on and on and on, but I'm going to go back because the most important was this 2 bits in the first paragraph where they say very preliminary. Okay, now I'm going to add the figures back. Researchers at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill conducted a trial with 3 groups of human volunteers, 47 in total. What the fuck? That's not even. That's not. I mean, I normally have a go at how large the control is when you're talking about 500. That's not enough. 47 is fucking ludicrous. That's in total, and that was split in 3. So that's talking about 15, just over 15 and a third of 2 each.
Oh, but some of them people, it was only so small because some of them people, they were vaping and their cold was just so bad that they couldn't possibly attend. Probably what it was.
You did hit on to something as well. Anyone who's regularly smoked knows that colds and flus, they do mention colds and flus. There's no testing of the colds still in there. It doesn't make any sense. No reason to mention that virus. About that. It's so easy to get carried away. And this article was covered by at least 10 news networks, various media outlets. That your immune system is slower to realise you have there's a virus is present. So when they're talking about a weakened flu virus, they don't actually mean that. They mean dead. They've written this 5-year-olds because they're fucking idiots. The flu vaccine is a dead version of what the most popular flu virus is at the moment. That's what it is. But it still makes your antibodies. It basically gives you an inoculation against that flu virus because it gives you the antibody to deal with it. But they're saying that it was slower to activate the body's immune system. But
how much slower?
It doesn't make any difference. In 15 people, who cares? It's such a load of shit that doesn't even make any difference because so many variables that study is utter shit. It doesn't make. You'd want a study size of about 5,000 before anything like that was anything like worth listening to. It's absolutely stupid. It's just basically a waste of everybody's time.
And it's bullshit of the week then, really, isn't it?
It is bullshit of the week.
We'll get these nearly every week. The one that John, it's clickbait. It's because it's still big news. Vaping is still big news, and people still don't want to like it for whatever reason. And we've got some.
They go.
It's got the right keywords.
It's amazing how easily people are tricked and triggered. Just read the fucking thing. I mean, the answers, even they're avoiding liability all the way through the article by saying it's very preliminary in open brackets and closed brackets, by saying these are or they're suggesting. They're avoiding saying it's true because that would be, you can sue them for that. So
anybody could make up anything, couldn't they?
Of course, that's what that is. It's just chat.
I mean, you could just say something. Well, we could say something now, and they could quote us. Like we could say,
cures hemorrhoids potentially.
Yeah, you get hemorrhoids if you vape.
We are.
They could quote us and make headline news out of it.
A quarter of the size of one of the groups.
Yeah, John Malcolm says.
John Malcolm from the infamous Ideal Home Show said you get hemorrhoids if you vape.
No, but John Malcolm said that where we are watching this are a larger sample audience than they've got.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man in Suffolk gets hemorrhoids while sitting on a cold bank vaping.
I found that colds and flus leave a lot faster than when I smoke. Loads faster.
That's one of the things. That's one of the things that I've heard a lot of anecdotal evidence of, that people are saying, well, I'm not getting flus. I'm not getting that chesty cough that I used to have, and blah blah blah. I've seen that hundreds and hundreds of times.
But John Malcolm's just saying in chat, and it's something I've known, I forgot actually, but he says VG and PG has got antibacterial and antiviral.
Yeah. They pump into hospitals, don't they?
Yeah, pump it into the air conditioning.
That's what's in cough mixture is what we vape.
Be careful with VG though. I will say in that thing, VG doesn't work like that. PG does. You can sterilise air with it. VG doesn't sterilise.
It's used in asthma inhalers.
PG
is, yeah. VG, but VG, vegetable glycerin, is
it's used in thousands of products.
But it's a large percentage of cough meds, and it's a lot of the liquid is actually VG. But you have 5 or 10 mils of that. That's not.
There was that big spin thing years ago, wasn't there, saying that we're vaping antifreeze.
Oh yeah, that was because they got the wrong one, didn't they? They didn't mean they had the wrong chemical, because people call that PG as well. So we vape propylene glycol, and they're talking about I can't even think what it's called. Glycerin? No, I can't remember what it's called. It's got a very similar name.
Yeah, okay.
There was it's how fast things can take off. I saw somebody posted in SV today. They'd been into their local vape shop and asked to buy a Nick salt liquid, and the shop said we don't sell it anymore because it's been tested and it can actually cause you to grow crystals on your lungs.
All the new age people they'll all be vaping it. They'll all be vaping
trying to get some amethyst.
Yeah. And you know what? I wouldn't mind one of them vapors' lungs on me mantelpiece. You're all right.
There you go. Sorry, ethylglycol is the antifreeze. Thanks, Matt.
Oh, it's like alcohol, basically. Sort of.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a bit of bullshit. But seriously, that article is going to pop up, and they're going to refer to a study. That's the study they're talking about. It's total shit. Just ignore it. James.
Hello. Yes. Oh, right. Okay. So I've got some news from Russia. Is it racist to do the accent? Probably not. Okay.
I won't mind.
This is, and I've got a few pictures. I've got loads of pictures. It's been a little while. I mentioned
what
these.
Is it, James? Give me a heads up.
This is the RMG. This is the Russian Modders Guild. They should be all labelled RMG.
Yeah.
And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that with it, which is the one I want to talk about. And then there's just, because I've not been on the group for ages, and they're so prolific that they do loads of stuff over on RMG. And they're bringing out new designs. It's been a few months since I've been on the group, and I was scrolling through going, I hadn't seen that one, I hadn't seen that one. I don't scroll like that, by the way. I use one finger. And
that's really clever.
What the one finger? The one finger. It's good. You should try the one finger. Honestly, that's all you need. Just the one finger.
This one.
Oh, that one. Yep, that one. Okay, so this is the Russian Modders Guild, and the one I want to talk about, I couldn't even find. To be honest with you, it's brand new. I couldn't even find the name for it. So I'm going to tell you. So hopefully, are you looking at it now?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, so this is an 18650 mod maker parts. Correct.
Oh, brilliant.
Yep.
I don't know about this one.
It's got the ClickFed V1 in there. It contains a 9mm bottle, which may or may not be a mod meter jobby.
That isn't, but we have got one. They need to know about it, don't they?
You should be telling them, tell Orloff, or whatever he's called.
What's his name?
I don't know. That was really.
That
was more
James being a little bit casually racist there.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's quite a small little fella. It is 47 millimeters across by 82 high by 25 in width. It is €170 including delivery, and it is a funky looking fella. It's kind of, I think they're available to buy on the group right now. Now, €170 is including delivery. That's including standard delivery. Often when I mention a price, it doesn't include PayPal fees and.
So is that 3D printed and dyed?
I think it is. I think a lot of the stuff on there is 3D print. That's how they can come up with so many designs and bring them out so quickly. But there's others. So there's that one there. It's available in the green. If you saw the green there, that's available to buy. Like today, you could just go over to RMG and there's a list up, and it's not even a list. You could just ask them to buy one. They often do lists. They do pop-ups, that sort of thing. But that one there is available to buy right now in the green. It's nothing. It's not like anything I've seen before. In the black, I thought it looked a little bit like bondagey or something. But in the green, it's not quite so bondagey. Okay. Other things that they've got, if you scroll down, if you go to RMG, Russian Models Guild, other things you'll see are the Bikini SX485. Is that one? Have we got that one?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the color. Brilliant board, excellent board.
Yeah, so that's apparently that's capable of 100 watts. Again, that's in development. That's out there now. I don't know whether there's going to be a list for that soon. Have a little look on the group. Honestly,
I like that.
You really need to have a little look on this this RMG group.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go and join it. I don't even know about this one.
There's absolutely tons. It's called the Russian Modders Guild, and it's several modders.
Just a quick touch. Mark pointed out in the chat. Mind out for custom fees.
Mm.
Don't forget that you're getting the delivery, but you expect custom fees.
Absolutely, expect customs.
You don't get a bargain if you do.
Absolutely, yeah. But presume you're going to get them. So the next one, we're looking at the Bikini, the SX485G. That's an 18650. We've got the VIA or the VIA. That's a DNA 60. Again, this is an 18650 mod there. Got pics of that one there, Rich?
On screen.
Beautiful. And then the last one, and this is the reason why I went over to RMG today, was because I'd seen somebody post a little while ago, this week though, about the Master Box, which is it's not a mod as such. You could use it as a mod, I suppose, but it's a vape stand. It's a 3D printed vape stand.
It's a build stand, isn't it?
Yeah, a build stand. Because it's something that I don't know whether I would use it, but I feel as though I probably could do with one, and that's a vape stand with a board in, so you can fire your coils and you can dry burn when you're building and that sort of thing, which I always like to do. Again, that's a DNA 60. It's 18650, and it's a really funky little number. I think it looks absolutely smashing. And but I've got loads. There was 3 others which I didn't grab pictures of, which was the Imago, the Offset, and the Wave. The Wave is the one that we spoke about 6 months ago. They're still on the go. They're still available from this Russian Modders Guild. They're all 3D printed in alamide and polyamide.
I struggled to find it, just so everybody knows. It's RMG Mods.
It is. It's RMG. It is the Russian Modders Guild. I keep referring to it as Russian Modders Guild because I don't think it necessarily even mentions that on the thing, but that's what it is. It's RMG on Facebook. That's the blue F.
Yeah, RMG space mods.
Yeah. Have a little look. And the good, really good prices. There's ClickVets on there. There is DNA 60s. There's the SX mod on there. It's a few different modders, all from Russia, all producing what looks like quality gear. I remember I first heard about them when I was admin on UKS, and we want to do a group buy with them. And then that's where I found out about them. But have a little look see. The prices are all pretty good. They're all around about the 170, 200 euro sort of mark. You're not playing crazy money, and that's for a board. Which you got to remember, that's for a mod with a board in it as well. In a lot of these cases, that you're getting a
There's a few good people over in Russia that I send stuff to that are making some cracking gear.
You'd send it to a lot of these dudes, to be honest with you. The Offset, Mod Maker 510 BF, the Wave, also a Mod Maker 510 BF. Most of them use your pot, Rick, by the looks of it. So that's RMG, the Russian Modders Guild. And over to who?
It's you, but shall I go?
Yeah, go, because I'm just, it's all, yeah. You go. Go on, Will.
I can't remember what I called this.
And then ping pong back.
Oh, this is good. This is really good. I really like this. We'll ping pong back. It's the Daily Mail. I went with the Daily Fail because it is really, really good. I put this in the notes as critical thinking is an art form. This isn't bullshit of the week. Don't worry. It's just brilliantly twatty. No, I don't fucking want notifications from the Daily Mail. Fuck off. No one does. So, think about this. This is the headlines. They're amazing. The Mail Online. The headline is 60% of e-cigarette users say they want to quit. Only a quarter have tried. More than 10 million US adults use e-cigarettes. They may carry lower cancer risks, but the devices are high in nicotine, relatively speaking. Over 60% of adult users say they want to quit, according to Rutgers University research, but only a quarter of those have tried, and it remains unclear how many succeeded. Think about it. This is the same. This is the same as saying most vapors have got, have got children in the house because they used to smoke.
Yeah.
And 60% of e-cig users say they want to quit is because they're trying to step down, because they're trying to quit.
Yeah, smokers, it's a cessation device. People do start vaping because they want to quit smoking.
Yeah, but they didn't ask me.
No, they didn't ask me either, because I would have said that I don't want to quit.
So
I don't feel a need to quit because it isn't. I don't feel any negative health effects from it.
Yeah, I'm sure. It
I'll
definitely.
quit when I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, it definitely speeds it. It definitely speeds at your heart. We know that. I'm all right with 95% safer. It's fine. I just thought it was such a clever way of using statistics to make a point that there isn't really a point. 60% of e-cigarette users say they want to quit, but only a quarter have tried. I mean, it's absolute stupid shit for no one.
Well, I don't understand what the point of it is. What is the point of saying that?
That was the entire point, was saying they were trying to make it sound as if to say.
Is it supposed to be sensationalist? Is that what?
Yeah, but they can't. They don't. No. They're saying they probably, in the future they'll probably quit.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it.
They just know that e-cigs get clicks.
Yeah,
so it's just click on our website.
They're still trying to group it with smoking, aren't they? As if is our end goal to stop inhaling something?
Mine's not. I like it.
I don't see a need to stop. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
but even in the sub headline, they'd knock their own story by saying that they know that there's a much, there's a lower cancer risk. Which is
I think vapors fall into the same trap though, because they still think of it like smoking.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, don't want to vape too much. Yeah. And it's because they've got that previous mindset of this is a bad thing.
Said to people before, I'll put it down. We don't want it anymore. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Vape as much as you want.
I always say you'll know when you've had too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you don't, then you haven't.
Or if I've had people say, "Nah, I got back to smoking because I just kept picking up that vaping thing every 10 minutes." It doesn't matter.
I rarely go 10 minutes without having a vape.
Yeah, but the idea, I'm
even asleep with one in my hand having a vape.
Like you'd have a vape, like you'd go, I picked that up 20 times. Madness. I'm going to go get 20 Benson Edges.
Yeah, but that's just smoking mentality, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you don't want to quit, that's somebody who doesn't want to quit.
You don't have a vape for 5 minutes solidly, do you? Or a few minutes like a cigarette would last. You have a few puffs.
Well, every so often, if you're really concentrating on some paperwork, I'll accidentally OD, but just be like vape, and then you kind of slide off the chair and think, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, you get the woozy head. I'd get that if I was vaping on a 12 or something. Yeah. I hate it too much. Fine.
I just find it absolutely stupid. It's just more guff from the Daily Fail. James, bounce back.
Yeah. Oh yes. But I just wanted, before I do, I just want to say, e-cigs get clicks, Rich. I like that a lot. That's better than WhatsApp for WhatsApp. That's definitely better than that.
Don't say that on the public forum.
Am I supposed to be selling that to WhatsApp?
Yeah, we're going to take that all the way to the top.
Oh yeah.
Get in. Okay, let's have a little. Oh, so this is not a new thing. This is not new. I have got some new. I've got another new thing later on. This is just. Aren't times changed? Of course, I saw a thing a couple of weeks ago. I saw a thing. You see a thing. I was like, oh my God, I tell you what it was. It was Alex Chore had, and it still has, billet boxes available to buy in Cheeky Vape. And I was like, you can just buy a billet box now. And it wasn't that long ago when the 40 came out, then the 60 came out. It was still really tricky to get your hands on a billet box, brand spankers. Obviously, they occasionally came up in the classifieds. But right now, you could go to cheekyvape.co.uk or whatever it is, cheeky.co.uk, and you can buy a billbox. And this is just, I looked through a few of the other little vendors that we've got in this country, because we've got some great vendors in this country, and selling some high-end gear, so what we would call high-end gear. So we've got, and I just wanted to mention them. So we've got some pics as well. I just grabbed them from the website. Yep. So we've got right now on Cheeky Vape, we've got a Rat Black billbox DNA 60.
Yep.
320 quid. You can buy that today. Have it delivered before the weekend, more than likely. Yeah, maybe Saturday. It's also got a Unicorn Poo, which is the one that you've got, John, which is the purple pink. At 330. They're available right now to buy in Cheeky Vapes. This is another brand spanking new thing. The Haku Riviera was spoke about in the show just a few weeks ago.
You don't even have to pay the header charge on that, do you?
Absolutely, no. This is from Steam Island, $149.99. Available to buy right now from Steam Island. Evolution Vaping.
I mean,
I didn't say it. I only said that. That's just a thing. A header charge. It's a different.
No customs, no header, probably no postage. I'm guessing 150 quid.
No, when you used to buy one, you get a little bit of lucky heather.
Lucky heather, yeah, I remember that.
Cost you about 20 quid.
Yeah, because we all know them haiku people. They're haiku. Them haiku people are all gypsies. G'day, mate. Want to buy some lucky heather? What am I? Okay.
That was Australian gypsies.
Yeah, because Haku are from Australia, I believe.
G'day, Nick.
I think so. Anyway, Evolution Vaping has got the Vicious Hand Spade in loads of colours, 18650 and bigger batteries than that, ranging from $349.99 to $474.99. And then Creme de Vape, we love Creme de Vape. Everybody loves Creme de Vape. They haven't got the K phone in right now, but it's coming again for a restock. But they have got in the Dannies, the Danny Extreme V3, the Danny Mini Box, all by Dicodes.
Honestly, it's one of the best boards. It's amazing. That Danny is amazing. It's wicked.
And they're available to buy right now, starting at about 199, about 200 quid, up to 230 or whatever it is. They're all available to buy in this country right now. You can go now, you can click now. Don't stop watching the thing. Just move a little thing in the corner. And it just struck us that we're quite lucky and how vaping has changed and high-end vaping has changed. You can go out and buy these things without
people like Joe. I will say, we've mentioned him earlier, but people like James Burr and others like that just pushed forward when others have
and all of them
Steam Island, Evolution. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of them websites have got other bits, like they've got you can pick up a port from Valendel on Cheeky and pick up. They all had other stuff. I wanted like a skunk, the billets. You know what I mean? I wanted all of them little bits. That's why I just picked them specific little things.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the new Typhon will be available at Creme de Vape, won't it?
I would. I don't know, but because you got to remember when we looked at the Typhoon, we had the 4mm tank. Whether there's going to be a smaller version, I really don't.
Right.
So whether it's going to be just smoker store, and you have to get a proxy to send one over. Yeah, I honestly don't know. But I don't know. I haven't watched. Because Mark's got Todd's got a review up. Really, has he got? No, he hasn't got a review up.
He's got it.
Got it. But is that a 2mm version or is that a 4mm version? I'm not.
I bet it's 4.
You.
He's in the chat, isn't he? Mark, what is it? 4 or 2?
And also, I think I might have called dibs on that. I'm just saying.
Oh, Yogg's pipes are at CDV sometimes as well, according to Matt English.
Yeah, I've seen Yogg's. Yeah,
wicked pipes, some of the best.
I mean, they've been on the go a long time. It was what was Creme de Vape called before? It was called
Cloud 9.
Cloud 9.
Todd's got a 4mm.
It is the 4mm. Well, when you want to pass it on, give us a shout. Okay, so that was me just, whoa, look at how things have changed in the world.
That's a good point. Good point, James. Well made.
Really good.
Should we put everyone out of their misery?
Should we go? No, should we go 2 more? Bore the shit out of them, then go. You can run us into Rick's showcase, Richard.
We got Travava.
I've got more news.
Yeah, exactly. We're still splitting stuff up, James. I've got more news, son.
So what do you want us to do then, John?
Let's run out the news and then go after that.
All right.
They'll have to wait. I'm finding it quite funny.
All right. What's next then?
Now I feel bad. Well, here we go. The section's called John Was Right. It's a section my wife is unfamiliar with. So this is breaking news. It only broke about 7 hours ago. That's quite interesting. I'll tell you this news. This is from Canadonia, where Toby is from. Anything to say about Toby, James?
Yeah. Fuck you, Toby.
There you go. As long as we got that done. Right.
Toby Madeira cake. Yeah, fuck you, Toby Madeira cake.
This is really good because the way politics works in Canada. Okay, and the headline is Tobacco Giant Behind New Push to Get Health Canada to Regulate Vaping Products. I like that.
Bullshit.
No, it's true though. This is the whole thing. I kept saying that these lobbyists are being paid by Big Tobacco. But there's two news things are broken today. One's in Vancouver. There is a new push to restrict the sale of vaping products in Canada, and it's coming from one of the tobacco industry's biggest players. The recommendation to Health Canada is coming from Rothman, Benson and Hedges Incorporated, which we would know as British American Tobacco. The recommendation to Health Canada is coming from in an effort to keep vaping products out of the hands of children. We support the government's goal of curbing youth vaping to help the next generation set Canada on a path to be smoke-free. The tobacco giant says the government should restrict the sales of flavours of vaping products in an effort to stop younger people from ever starting to use nicotine. That's a lie. That's what's called a lie. But the problem is they've actually broke cover with this because I think they have a fairly transparent funding in Canada as they do in the UK. You couldn't just take a bung from a tobacco company. But as I say, they accidentally slip in the flavours when they're only talking about restricting sales to minors, which I think everyone's up for that. I haven't got a problem with that. But the flavours has always been their biggest problem. They can't turn the way the independent industry does when it comes to flavours. And a ban on flavours would be a big problem. So this is one of them. And the second one's coming off Reddit, which I'm not going to open the article, but that broke 4 hours ago that the lobbying for age restrictions in the US is being directly funded by Philip Morris. Have I got that right? Yeah, Philip Morris. Sorry, me and James had a bit of a discussion before the show. Philip Morris.
Phil.
The owner of 30% of Juul is they're paying for the lobbyists. Their parent, one of their parent companies, Philip Morris, paying. And I just thought I said this 2 years ago that this was coming. The money was coming from somewhere, and it was coming from Big Tobacco, and I was right. So John's right. That's the
Yay! Well done, John. Well done.
I knew where it was coming from. Go, James. Bounce back to you.
Okay, I've got some nipple news.
Nipple news.
Nipple news. News of the nipple. The TGAT nipple. It's been around a little while. There's a little reissue tomorrow of the nipple. Got some new style cups and the 2.0 is available on TGAT tomorrow. Let's have a look. So we've got the nipple 2.0 available in a satin or a mirror finish. Previously, it's been a stainless steel. And I've seen other top caps and some fancy bits and bobs. Also with black and white foil caps available, and Macami and titanium drip tips. They're going to be available tomorrow.
Dripper I've not had. Have you had? I mean, you've obviously got two perfectly good nipples, but have you had?
But I've had a nipple. Yes, I've had a nipple. I tell you what, I haven't had, which is also available tomorrow. A stainless steel baby nipple.
Oh.
No, I think it's. I don't know whether it's 16 or 18. I think I might be 16. And you know, that's right up my street. I really should. I should keep my eye out for a baby nipple. Unfortunately, it's called a baby nipple, and that puts us up just a little bit. Just puts us up a little bit. But they're all dropping tomorrow. There's a list on TJT if you're interested in getting yourself a nipple.
I want to hear what people say about this. I do want to hear what people say about the baby nipple. I don't know if it's a flavour heaven.
I think it's. I mean, here's the thing: the original nipple. I had a nipple for a wee while. And
very Origin-esque in my head is what I'm thinking.
The baby nipple is different. You've got a central post on the full size nipple. It's a central post system, whereas on the baby nipple it's more like the likes of your Viper and your Order 16, where the both kind of offset. And I didn't really like the central post on the big nipple. I didn't like the central post on the big nipple because it was kind of high and low, and it was a bit weird.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, and it was a bit odd. But a baby nipple, apart from the name, I think I could totally dig one of them. I totally dig one of them.
Matt English has just pointed out Tan used to have nipples, didn't he? They were Tan and Rianne's nipples.
Is that right? Is that right?
This whole segment is a nip slip.
Tan and Rianne used to put their nipples online quite often. What I remember.
On Facebook?
On the website.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the end of that one.
I don't remember seeing their nipples.
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
A couple of my friends did.
They came up for a vape mate, but that's
different thing. Last thing, I'm going to just do this because I can see people in chat are actually getting fucked off with us not saying where it is, but it's funny. So you just amuse me more with people going, fuck's sake. Just the last quick one. Just had Nick news. I thought I'd just add quickly to the thing. What are we doing? So we've got two more launches of new brands. Oh shit, no. Yeah, 1, 2, no, 3. Coming up in the next couple of months. I'm going to try and do one launch. I'm going to try and do exclusive to the meet. That's my plan. So the first people ever in the country who are going to get it are going to be at the meet, which is going to talk about in a second. But we are bringing in I'm going to bring in 2 Casadega flavors, but it's going to be up to you and the customers have just had Nick which one we keep. I'm going to bring in Can Only Be Nuts and Can Only Be Breakfast, and they'll be here next week. Nobody knows that. I haven't said that on. I've said on Just Have Nick that we're bringing in some cannolis, but I'm going to buy probably an equal amount of each, and depending on buying, depends what you're going to what we're going to keep selling. But Sam, one of my customers, has asked from the start, can we get Can Only Be Breakfast?
Is Can Only Be Breakfast? Is that sausage, bacon?
Sausage, bacon, eggs, beans, hash browns, fried bread, and
all in a cannoli.
In a cannoli.
Them Americans are weird, aren't they? Weird, especially for breakfast. Not just generally weird, but their breakfast thing is really odd.
Just for clarity, it is a cannoli. It's cannoli, the regular base with a breakfast cereal touch.
Oh, cereal, right. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
Cannoli will be, but Can Only Be Nuts is basically a real cannoli because cannoli's got nuts in them, on them, around them. But,
yes, I get dipped in the nuts. Yeah, I've seen that.
Dipped. But yes, that is the end of the news and the end of the annoyance. What is your favourite pickle?
This week on Instagram.
That's what we need. Oh yeah, it's up to you.
I'll do that later.
I think we should do this week on Instagram now.
We've got to talk about
The meat. We've got to talk about the meat before.
Okay. Got to leave it. Richard has the floor.
Okay. So I'm gonna pop the official poster up on screen. I've teased a little bits of it while everyone's been talking. But yes, we are doing. We've talked about it. We've undernard it. After Expo, it really made our minds up. Really, that we really wanted to do one, because Expo, we enjoyed it. We always enjoy it, but it was just the same as before. And all the vape meets now are just the same as before.
And the models gallery was no good.
There was no models gallery really.
It was no good at Jam either.
Yeah, and we've done Birmingham, we've done Solihull, we've been to the casino, we've been to the clubs, the bars on campus. We've done everything there, and yeah. So we just thought it really re-motivated us to do it. So we're doing it. It's official. We have a venue booked. Tickets go on sale on Monday, and this is the official Ideal Vape Meet. The Ideal Home Show presents the Ideal Vape Meet. The poster going up now, and it is now the location's not going to be perfect for everyone, but there's no location that is. It's going to be starting at noon on Saturday the 31st of August 2019 at the Five Bells in
Tunbridge Wells.
Five Bells, Wisbech. So that's where it'll be. The Five Bells is a very big pub in that area. It's a very vape-friendly landlord.
Be very careful. There are 2 Five Bells.
Oh, there are 3. There are 3 Five Bells, but the actual postcode's on the poster.
Yeah, use that postcode.
Use that postcode wisely. Tickets are sale on Monday. It's in a big pub with a big beer garden, front and back. This is the first one. It's going to be limited tickets. That's why we're ticketing it, to make sure we don't end up overcrowded and all that sort of stuff. But it is going to be, that's where it's going to be. It's going to be on the 31st of August. So we're hoping to get the weather, which means we can be in the beer garden. Other things we like about the venue is it's a very vape-friendly landlord. It's a very vape-friendly pub in general. It's got a room. It's got an extra room in it, which is usually the restaurant, but for us, it's going to be the modders gallery section, the vendors section, if you like. The stalls will be in the restaurant area. So hopefully we're going to have mod makers, we're going to have juice people and all that sort of stuff in there. We've got the front and back beer gardens and all that sort of stuff. But also, if this is kind of a trial event, if you like, 2019 is going to be a bit of a test event. If it goes well, the owner of the pub owns a humongous field behind the pub. And if this goes well, we're thinking about rolling it out and doing it in the whole field. Kind of.
It's going to be small. It's going to be
a full-scale event.
It's going to be the best of what us Ohmies go to these events for, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
And as Richard just said, if this goes well and we get what we want from it, then we go bigger next year.
Yeah.
So it's all down to you. If you want to see it again, support it. I'm really happy with the response from chat. Has been absolutely fantastic, to be fair. We were a bit nervous, but yeah, I think
there'll be a load of good people there. All the people that like Vape Fest for the social side of it. This is going to be condensed and great. It's going to be exactly what they like.
Jimmy Parker is in chat, and he's been very helpful. He's local to that area. He's been really helpful throughout, and he's saying if anyone is struggling to find it, obviously we've got 100 days to sort this out, but he's saying look for the Five Bells Tid St Mary's on Google if you're wanting to Google it already. There's going to be Mark Todd's asking how many tickets. As a starting point, there's going to be 150 tickets available. We just don't want to end up with a situation where it's uncomfortably overdone.
Oh, I thought you were going to say where there's 8 people sat around a pub table going.
Well, there's already 8 people, hopefully confirmed. So.
I'm not fucking paying. I'm going.
So we'll Yeah, so 150 tickets available. We'll see how that goes, and we'll play it by ear, and we'll know what we're doing as it goes along.
Gary's just said vendor details. Just talk to any one of us, Gary. Just send us a PM. You know all of us.
Message one of us for. Actually, Gary just messaged me. It's fine.
Yeah, do that.
And we'll sort that. So we're going to have not loads, obviously, because of the size of the venue, but we're going to have a handful of. Hopefully, British mod makers is the aim, and the like.
I'll be in touch with you guys.
We'll be hopefully making announcements throughout. Throughout the next sort of 6 weeks, we're hoping to announce a vendor each week. All that sort of stuff. The ticket and the tickets being on sale is specifically because of that we've got a limited available numbers, and obviously there is a price attached to that. But you will be able to redeem your entry ticket into a raffle ticket, so it won't feel like money wasted on a ticket.
No. Yeah, all raffle tickets going to be £5, and the entry's £5.
So you can swap your ticket for a raffle ticket. So
for a raffle ticket. So it's effectively free.
Yeah, it's free, but we need to monitor the numbers.
Yeah, we need the numbers. So and then you're going to give us a ticket, and we'll swap it for a raffle ticket.
The tickets will be on a link. So on the Facebook group on Monday, there'll be a link on the thing. You click it, and you just buy a ticket like you would for any other event.
Ticket prices, Austin Green's asking the prices. They're not going to be expensive. It's
roughly a fiver.
It's not going to be
John Illiff,
not a money-making exercise.
I said 3-hour drive for me. It's a 7-hour drive to fucking Vape Fest.
It's a 3-hour drive for me.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour drive for me as well, John. The location, the people we feel worse for is the Scotch, as we say on here. The Scottish vapors. It's a long way from Scotland, and we do appreciate that, and we do also appreciate there's a lot of Scottish ohmies.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to drive to Birmingham, it's about the same distance away to there, isn't it?
Yeah, or you can fly into Stansted, and it's 2 hours on train from Stansted.
I think you fly into Norwich as well, can you not?
Yeah, flying to Norwich.
Yeah, we thought that, but it's not actually that easy. Yeah, Norwich is...
and not only that, it's turboprop, and it's double the price.
Oh, right.
On a flight. So, just to be honest, because we ummed and on, we checked all this. We've been doing this for over a year, Richard, haven't we? Back and forward with different ideas.
Yeah.
Well over a year, I'm trying to sort this out.
The reason we started, the starting point location-wise was Peterborough, because it's so accessible via train.
Mark White's just said flight, hire car, hotel booked. So Mr. White is coming.
That is probably, if you are in Scotland, that's probably the perfect way of doing it.
It really is. I know it's really I know it's a bit wanky, but
there's a few of you can plan to go together. You can all jump in the same
hire car. Will cost peanuts if you get 4 in.
Austin, there is camping nearby. Just literally, just Google camping.
But there's a travel lodge that's pretty cheap anyway nearby.
Yeah, but if you want to camp, there is campsites, because we did check that as well. We did try and stay ahead a bit.
So and that's another thing. We will be on the group all next week. We'll be talking about all this sort of stuff. So there's some camping details to come next week.
Yep.
There is hotel information coming next week, because Google, for whatever reason, doesn't deal with the hotel situation in that area very well. I don't know if it's because Travelodge aren't on Google Hotels.
They're not on Booking.com, are they?
Yeah.
Travelodge.
So there's a Travelodge is it 2,000 meters away, something like that, 2 kilometers away?
Yeah, it's not.
But it doesn't show up on Google, but it's there. So we'll
do a file. We'll do a file in the group that's got all this information on it, and we'll keep adding to it as more comes up.
And location would be great for some, not for others. It's by no means a location that's convenient to any of us. That wasn't the goal at all. It was as many as possible.
I think I'm the closest, and it's still 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's not on anyone.
So 31st of August, book it off work if you need to. Do what you need to do. The location's there if you want to do the hotels, but don't do the hotel until you got a ticket. I would say that possibly. Tickets available on Monday, and that's all we can say right now. Really, we'll be doing a raffle. We'll be doing various handful of things. We're hoping to get. Will definitely be some vendors there. We'll announce what mod makers we can get to come as we go along. We'll be doing other bits and bats during the show as well.
And I just want to pause a tiny second, because the three of the other hosts on the show would also like to say how much work Richard has done in the last couple of weeks with putting this together. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Richard. Good man.
Team effort.
He's amazing, isn't he? He's
He's a
amazing.
little liar. He's been working his little socks off.
Team effort. James did the poster as well, which is on screen again if you need that. But we'll put that in the group after the show as well.
Yeah.
So don't panic right now. The tickets is the main
Dominic's
thing.
just put hotel books. He's ready.
Yeah, I'd book sooner rather than later, personally. But
No, wait.
Actually,
Let
getting
them
involved.
get the
But
ticket.
there is actually ample hotel
There's loads of
options.
hotels.
We are because we were looking this week,
Yeah.
and there was like 8 or 9 easy options, weren't they? So
within 3 miles. there's a few.
because King's Lynn's just around the corner, isn't it? So you know. So,
Yeah, everyone I can see tonight. Everybody in chat's been really positive. Thank you for that.
So yeah, so that's so.
Hey,
The
Baz is
next
coming.
every week now, week on week, there'll be more and more info. But that's the basic info. So get ready, get cracking.
And we'll have a nice. It's not going to be like the other events whatsoever. It's a vape meet at the end of the day with a few vendors on tables, not on big stands or anything like that.
And some celebs.
Yeah,
We're just going to have a nice. We're just going to have a nice.
We can
a
officially
nice day
say,
and night of it, aren't we?
we can officially say because he said it in chat. We do have a special guest, Mark Todd
Good.
from Todd's E-Cig
The
Reviews.
famous Mark Todd, that Scottish reviewer, the only Scottish.
Done it now. You won't
reviewer
come.
I told him we're going to put his face on the poster.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
So if only to meet the amazing Mark Todd. It's
Just
the only
Peter-
British event he's going to.
Peter, Mr. Grumpy from the Mr. Grumpy has just said he will be tootling his camper van our way.
Oh, perfect.
It's about time that I
I haven't
met.
seen Grumpy for a little while.
Have you not met Grumpy, James?
No,
That's what it's all about.
Legend.
That is
He's
what
not grumpy when you meet him.
No.
He's quite jolly, in fact. He should be jolly juice, really, not grumpy's juice.
Yeah, Mark, we'll let you off the £5 entry.
Yeah, don't you dare buy a ticket, Mark.
Buy a ticket.
And same for Jimmy as well. Don't buy a ticket, Jimmy. So
Buy a ticket, Jimmy. I'm not that fast. Get a ticket, mate.
Jimmy needs a ticket or he can't come in.
John, Jimmy, double.
so that's that bit. That's that bit. Let's get back to the show. Can I do this week on Instagram? It's a belter.
Yeah, go.
It's a belter. Right. First one. Only 2 things on Instagram this whole week.
There's only 2 things on Instagram.
Yeah, it's
No
massive.
way
Big
for
clampdown.
Instagram.
Have you heard what they're doing in Canada now?
That's a
You
dead
can't
week.
see how many likes there is on your image.
Oh,
That's a good idea, actually, because I fed up the kids. It's fucking up kids.
So this is the first one. This was Grim Green shared this.
Because you've not put this on the folder.
I put them on the drive. They're in the root of the show.
Got it.
So this one was from Grim Green. It's kind of a repost, not a traditional repost, but he has copied and put it up. Campaign for tobacco-free kids. We're joining over 125 groups worldwide in calling for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and Snapchat to end all promotion of cigarettes, e-cigarettes, and other tobacco products on their platforms. I think it's
come on.
they're really savvy tobacco-free kids because there is no.
They're being funded by exactly who I told you they were a minute ago.
But they know exactly what they're doing. There's no cigarette promotion
No.
on Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat.
Or Facebook. There's no fucking cigarette promotion. How could you do it?
I mean, e-cigarettes have been unfortunately classified as tobacco products in America, and therefore it allows them to say things in this way. Yeah. But the truth of them, and do you know, I don't know who these 125 groups are. That'll be interesting to know because no one else is shouting about it except them. But yeah, they genuinely could have a chance of getting that sort of thing through. Because it's a crazy world we live in.
Non-starter, really, in my opinion, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
but the Instagram and places like that, they love that kind of stuff. Anything to look like they're being the goodies.
Such load of shit, as always.
So he shared that, make people aware of that. It's a load of bollocks, obviously. But again, another very shrewd move from tobacco-free kids. And then we've got this, and this is something I mentioned earlier on. This is iJoy's latest release. This is the Mercury, which I showed early doors.
Yeah, you've got one, haven't you?
Yeah, so this is this. I'll show it on screen. That's their thing. This is the one I've got. So it's an AIO. It's got variable voltage. It's got a power indicator here, but it's kind of that sort of. This is the new thing, isn't it? If I hold it up against an Orion, it's a lot smaller.
They've made the battery. How is the battery?
Same size as the Orion. It's 1100 mAh.
That's not that bad. I'm a little bit. I mean, I assume
It's a bit thicker. That's why.
What's the RRP on that?
It's about 35, 32, something like that.
I mean, I think it. I mean, I do like the fact it said Mercury kit, an AIO system that looks and acts like a pod.
Yeah, I
That
mean
it's shit.
well, that's their thing, isn't it? So the other things I like about how straightforward it is. So you've got your window for juice, and it's very clear. Obviously, these holes are literally just for airflow. I like that they're there. They've not tried to hide that. Sorry if you heard that on the mic. It basically just unscrewed a strip tip, and out comes that section there. Adjustable airflow on this bit here. It's all just quite straightforward and pleasant and clean.
That's not a 510 it's screwing into there, though, is it, Rich?
Absolutely not. There's no adjustments here. I mean, obviously, if the aftermarket guys got on top of this, they would be atomized. You could make an atomizer for this if you followed the design. And yeah, it's obviously it is vaping in that we were talking about before the show. They all seem to, even this new Innokin Gala has that sort of set vape, that kind of like loose direct to lung thing. It's got that going on. Fire button. It's got that same vape as all those others, but I think it's quite duty. It's very small, very nice looking. And yeah, that's the newest thing on the market this week. So all over Instagram. That's that. Is it? Have we definitely done all the news now?
Yeah. I think we're on
Travava.
or
Travava.
up to you. We're going Travava lava.
Right, Travava. You ready, James?
Just about.
All right, I'll describe the first picture. You ready?
Okay.
Right. Hellfire Fiery Fool hot sauce.
Oh yes. Oh, this is from somebody. Oh, I'll get it written in a second. But this is quite a good one. It's a hot sauce. It's got Hellfire in the title. It's thoroughly decent. It's from Andy Fairchild.
148 ml. Very specific. So that's,
Yes, isn't that odd?
that's what it says at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, it's because it's 5 fluid ounces. It's Yankee, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Now we've got Mind, door number 4.
Okay, so this is Colin Albans. This is how I took control of my hoarding. I mean, I think this is maybe a little bit of a double because we've got Mind. Obviously, we've supported Mind in the past with our waffles, and recently with Chia doing the marathon. But also, it isn't hoarding a big vaping thing. I'm not sure that was the thing there, whether it was the Mind thing or whether it was because so many people that buy the things that hold it. I mean, just look at Rick there. Look at Rick. His massive hoard behind him. He didn't use all them. He didn't need all them. But he keeps them all. He holds them all. He's a proper Mr. Trebus, is Rick. Next one.
Hang on, I'm just replying to.
This one's good. If it's the one I think it is, it's brilliant.
People are really worrying about the tickets. I'm just trying to point out we're not U2. They're not going to sell out that fast.
Don't worry about the tickets.
3, 2, fucking hell, gone.
Right, and now we're on diabetes.co.uk.
Okay, this is Craig Nichols.
That's good.
It's a little pod-based system. You know, I would like to see. I'd like to see a
brilliant.
pod-based system with a big flat screen like that, a big flat LED or OLED screen like that. I think that would be really, really cool. Variable voltage. Variable, whatever.
I'll just do the next one.
Okay, next one is.
This is those chairs again.
Oh right, one of the chairs.
Okay.
Dan Thornton sent in a few. So we had this last week. These
Should
are
we just have these every week?
the triphobic.
Yes, have the guitar bar chairs.
Yeah, from Daniel Thornton. Next one. Is this a coil or?
Yeah, big coil.
Got a big coil, but
We've had this one before as well, haven't we? I think, haven't we? It's a video, isn't it?
It was, but yeah, he's taken a still. From
taking a still, and then the last one is the one that John thought it was.
I mean, come on. I've got quite a big forehead. That's not quite a big forehead. That man is bald.
I know, but he's got. There's a lot of. He
looks like you though as well.
Looks
That's
exactly
your
like
face.
you, John. As well.
Are you fuck off? It does.
It does. If you had no hair, that would be a bit like you.
I'd have to do that as well.
Oh, it's just bit of you that.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Like looking in a
Blimey.
mirror.
John's dad. Okay, next one.
Brownie.
So this is Naughty Nota. Yeah, this is another one from Dan Thornton. That's the last one from Dan Thornton. Naughty Nota.
Banana is actually a dessert. We must say this is a pastry, isn't it?
It's a Portuguese pastry.
Good
It is
point, good point.
custard tart. Next one. Dave Cutton.
Artisan spirit.
He's going with like 3 on this, I think, isn't he?
Gin and tonica.
What's the others, John? Obviously, what Artisan Spirit. What's the other ones? Give us the.
No, it wasn't that at all.
Oh, Kraken rum.
Yeah, and there's one
Oh,
more.
I like Kraken rum. That's good rum.
I just
He wasn't even looking at the Artisan Spirits. I can't even remember what the fuck it was. I don't know. The Zoom isn't working on my phone.
Is that what you call gin and tonic now? Gin tonica.
A gin tonica.
Is that the name? Does that mean add £5 to the price? Do you call it a gin tonica?
Oh, we've also got Haku vodka.
That's it. That was what it was. That was the thing. That was why I posted it.
Right, so we've got Artisan Spirits, we've got Haku vodka, and we've got Kraken rum.
fair play.
Good. Well done, Dave. We love you.
Triple.
Yeah. Next one from Dave is
5 Head, the place.
Yeah, I like that. See, I don't mind that at all. I'm up for that. That's fine.
He did a search for 5 Head to find that. He must.
No.
He didn't.
He was. That's his. That's his. His sat nav. Yeah, absolutely. He tried to take a photo, but it was a little bit too dangerous, and he missed it. So he just snapped a screenshot. That's him.
I would have thought I got no problem with that. Look at that. That is.
Oh, I can't show that one. Next. Telecom Electronic Beats.
That's not bad. I do think that's just a vapor. I think it is that.
What is that then?
Use this tiny fog machine to turn any room into a sinister techno.
Well, you need a little fan. Yet somebody should build one, shouldn't they? Where
They have done that. It's shit. They have done that.
Yeah, it's a tiny. I don't know why we. Anyway, I'll speak to you after the show about that. Okay, it's a little tiny fog machine from Dave Williams. Thank you very much. Next one is David Fitzhugh.
This is.
He's got a mod.
Yeah, he has. No, it took me a little while.
Oh, he's matching the table up.
Absolutely. If you look, it's not a good cushy photo.
Oh, it's a Nigel.
It is. It's the same finish on the tip. I think that's
how hairy is that fella in the background? Fucking hell.
Is that hair or tattoos?
I don't know. Looks like hair. That's hair. That's disgusting.
That's not hair. That's
hair.
He's got like a tiger print tattoo. He's like, I want to be a tiger. I want to be a tiger.
That's a tattoo.
Okay, let's move on. Next one is from
Alpha. This is good.
Very not
Topical,
Irish
modern,
Murphy.
alpha-free Dreamcast.
That's right. I've now labelled him as Derry, not Irish Murphy. That's right. That's I typed that out. You know, I had like try Patavos to upload, but I still typed out Derry, not Irish Murphy, because he's not Irish. Not Irish, the most Irish sounding man in the world. Not Irish at all.
Derry's watching, as always.
Of course he is. We love you, Derry. I'm just taking the. It's the weird. I'm just taking the piss. Alpha 3, it's a good one. It's a really good one.
That's a good one.
Next one is from Fitz.
Pete Street, Stopwatch Gallery.
Didn't even get it.
It's just because it's got that sweary word in that you used.
Cunt.
See you next Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's a reach, innit? This is some screen grabs from Sing.
Oh, this is from me. This is me. This is me. This is me. This is me. I did this one. I did this one a little while ago, and I put it on my phone, and I forgot about it. And I posted on the group this week. And
Oh my god, there's a mod on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, it looks a bit mod-like, doesn't it?
does. It does. It's like a little 16 milli or 18.
It's a jack plug, isn't it?
It is a jack plug. It is a jack plug. It's a 3/4 inch jack plug. Next one.
I like that one.
Oh, just a load of
That's
cables.
what they're for Todd's German atomizers, aren't they?
Yeah, you'll need those at all of it.
Yeah. So look, Johan's got a few this week. So that's rope. Got another one from Johan.
Can Bestalas. Ha.
Oh, this is rock shots.
Rock shots.
I didn't really get this one, but you know, it looks a bit like a pack of 10 mils or whatever.
No, I don't get it.
I cut him a little bit of slack. He's a regular.
Well, it could have the bolt lightning strike, and it's got rock. Could be for rock mods.
I could. It's a bit reach. It's a bit of
a reach.
It's a bit reachy. But we love you, Johan.
Star Trekkers face palming.
This is from This is from.
It's for me.
John.
It's a schwa of rice.
It's a schwa. It's a little schwa of Triumph.
Just a.
I made that joke earlier. Didn't even get it. Made a really good joke. So Mick, he said he's on a diet, so he had his spaghetti, and I said he had bolognese, and I said, I see you've got a schwa of spaghetti with your bolognese. He went, what's a schwa? And I went, he says it means really small amount of anything.
The next one is John's spirit plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that real? I wonder if that is real. Obviously, I'm not saying he snapped.
No, it's not. It's photoshopped.
No, it's a cactus.
Yeah. Not a bother.
That's a
cactus.
It's real. I've seen cacti like that. We're going to use the right word. No, I think it's cactuses actually.
I believe this was Mark White.
I didn't know.
Actually.
Yeah, it was Mark White who originally posted it. This is a photo from his hotel room.
Good.
It was Mark Ski who posted on the group. And there was this was a, can you guess where it was? And it took a few guesses for people to get it, but I don't know if you can see this here. At the bottom there, what we've got is I don't know if you can zoom in. We've got a little white tower and somebody posted up a picture of it, and it's really good. It's just like the Eden mods, the tubes that you get Eden mod. The old fashioned mods I've got, that's not it.
That's a reach.
That's a reach.
The toilet roll tube sort of thing.
Eden mods tube.
I will say he even said it was a reach.
No. When you see them side by side, I should have posted the picture of them side by side because I liked it. And you know what? Mark Whitey sort of photo. That doesn't account for this. Okay, next one is from Mark White.
Muji restaurant.
It's just Muji. You remember?
Is that a restaurant or a shop?
Oh, I don't know.
There was a shop called Muji. I've been in.
There is the massive, they're like an IKEA habitat sort of affair.
That does not look like an IKEA.
But we buy the cotton. So for vapors, it's like, whoa, Muji cotton. But they sell like household items and all sorts of bits and bobs.
I bought a bag. I bought a shoulder bag from there before.
Yeah, they're like a habitat.
Custard tarts.
Next one. Mad Fox.
No.
Custard tarts.
Couple of tarts.
Couple of narters.
Fair play.
You know, that's a reach, isn't it?
That's
Come
a
on.
fucking reach, mate. Michael Clapton off of Thrones.
Even I've posted pictures like that. I will say.
Yeah, we've got a puzzle of chairs here, John.
Puzzle of chairs, Michael Clapton or Michelle Clapton.
That doesn't count.
It reminded him of vaping, so it gets on the show.
Oh, yeah, totally
Tell him.
John.
Some breathable trainers now.
Oh, another one from Paul Hughes. I mean, it's
that's all right. That's vapey, I suppose.
Yeah, good. You can press the triangle all day long and not play. Next one.
Oh, we're looking at a coffee cup.
Ross Patterson. Yeah, it's got a little cloud above the coffee cup. Apparently, it tells you on screen. I don't need to tell you the explanation. You can read it yourself. The coffee is served with a cloud of cotton candy. The coffee vapor rises to dissolve the cotton candy, and the cloud begins to rain with sugar over the coffee. coffee, mellow.
Can you imagine that? It's just going to
China.
be really just skanky. Half it's going to miss.
It's posh, that.
All
Oh,
over.
this is from Love and Marriage? No.
This
What
does.
is it
This
called?
is from Scotty.
Married with children.
Married with
Married with
children.
children.
This is your dog, John. This is your dog.
Yeah, it's quite good. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I quite like
That's
that.
Scotty Bugfoot. We love Scotty. Like, thank
Oh,
you, Scotty.
Goonies.
Again, this is
25
another
years on.
John-related one.
Hey!
That was a good show, this one. This was Al Bundy who was the dad, wasn't it?
Yeah, I liked it. I like that. This is the Goonies, 85 to 19.
I do like the Goonies.
Yeah. And that's why it's from Stuart Parkinson. He did say they shouldn't remind us of it, but it does because John is semi-obsessed with the Goonies.
I am semi-obsessed with the Goonies. It's true.
Fair play, fair play. Rachel Riley countdown star spills all on bedtime secret.
No,
That's
it's not. It's the picture. It's skinny Mark, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Isn't it? Yeah, it is a skinny mark.
Luciano, this is from. This is a semi-celebrity one here. We've got this from Sir Vaping a lot.
Oh, Vinny, it's one of Vinny's.
From Vinny's. Vinny's been on the show. He's been on the show. He saw it. It reminded him of vaping. Actually, he was probably reading the Rachel Riley countdown reveals glimpse because that.
No, what he's reading below is the related. It's got Jeopardy champ. James.
Yeah, but what he was reading.
Vinny is the champ.
But the reason he came across it, Rick, was because he was interested in Rachel Riley. That's why he wasn't. He wasn't
across
coming up.
We wouldn't look at Rachel Riley. We like her, don't we? Do we like Rachel Riley?
Yeah, who doesn't like Rachel?
Yeah, bang tidy.
Right.
Yeah, bang tidy indeed. And that was the last one. That's the last one there from Vinny. That's this week's Try a Patava. That's things that remind you of vaping, but that aren't really vaping at all. If you see something and it reminds you of vaping, but it's not really vaping at all, snap a pic, send it in the group, or you can always email it into the group at www.theidealhomeshow.
That's another good point. Well said, James. Absolutely. Well, another good thing that's come up in chat is at the former Omi host, Craig Harrison, aka Gary, will also be special guest. At the,
hotel booked. Craig, you don't even have to buy a ticket.
You don't have to buy a ticket either, mate. Another one.
We're giving at least 2 tickets away. One to Mark Todd, one to Craig Gary Harrison.
Special competition. You have to be called Craig Gary Harrison or Mark Todd.
Craig Gary Mihal.
Mihal. So, yep. So, if you're missing Gary, he will be there.
Which we all are.
We all are, big time.
We all are.
So that's that. Is it? What's that sound?
Ah. Have you missed it? Have you missed it?
Just a bit.
Of course we have.
Oh, of course you have. Of course you have. I've missed it. Well, we got a mod show. It's that time of week again for the mod showcase of the week, but it's of the month, or it's of the when I come on and do it. I've got 4 mods to show you this week, all from people you know, except for one maybe. But let's kick into it. Let's start off. What we got in front of us there? We've got a little Herbie McCubbin offering.
Well, I'll just
That's what I got.
pop it on. Oh, why didn't that work?
Is it on?
Which one do you want first? You pick.
Greenie.
Herbie McCubbin. It's
Right.
first on the chopping block.
He's still on the go. I'm not seeing him for quite a while.
He doesn't even like
Oh,
it.
maybe he'll
Showing
show
up.
up at some point. Yeah, this is Herbie's little.
All tight. They're not showing up.
Oh, right.
A showcase. Why are they not showing up? Oh, beautiful. Just listen to this beautiful sound. Oh, that's why. Right. Here we go. On screen now. Herbie is on screen.
And here we go. We got Herbie's new mod that he's brought out, and this is called the Tao, Tao, and it is a little 18650 stab wood, unregulated mod with his little switch fretboard in there.
I like it.
It's
Is that 18650? That looks tiny for an 18650. That looks. I thought it was a little.
yeah, it's a little tiddler.
Is it a chubby fella?
I think so.
Well, about 26 millimeters by the looks of that wide, but it is tiny. When you see it next to something else, you'll see it's pretty small.
I like it. I think it's good. I think there's definitely a kind of a little step sideways for Herbie. Like he's done some art.
He wanted to make a little one. He's gone to town with the actuator with a brass insert and making his own switch. So it's all flush, and it's just a sweet little wee diddy thing, I think. And I liked it, so it's worth showing on here, I believe.
I think it's lovely.
Next up, we've got a mod by James Hall. Are we showing that one?
Oh, the pipe.
Yeah.
Oh, James is so
Made
daft.
a pipe. It's
James
a nice
got
pipe.
Yeah, he is. What was James did the steampunk one as well, didn't it? A little while ago.
Yeah, and it's
amazing. It's really
honest. Good. It's honest. It's a normal piece of wood that's been shaped and lovingly crafted into what can only be described as a gentlemanly vape.
Yeah, and he kind of built it and did the kind of work through on the IDLM show.
Yeah. And I thought that was worth showing. I quite fancy making a pipe myself when I get the time.
Yeah, it's really funny looking. Well, I saw this on the shed. I think he posted pictures on the shed, and the second picture there, I thought in the 510 looked like a little tiny face in the 510. Like I was kind of, is that a reflection of his? It's not just a rare trick of the eye, but
yeah, I see what you mean.
That's not my favorite thing. That's not my more. I love the pipe. The pipe looks beautiful. That's not my most favorite thing about the pipe. I just want to say that. I love faces in place.
Hey. Yeah.
Next up, we've
James Hall. James Hall saying that's the 350.
Huh?
James Hall, who made it in chat, is saying that's the 350, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. Looking at the size of it.
Yes. So
yeah.
Nice. It's very nice. Well done, James.
Yeah. Which is good. Next, yeah, Matt Johnson from Fine Mods. He made he seems to keep banging out new models of mods, and they're all just great, I think. So he showed this one on the showcase group, so I thought it's definitely worthy of a show. Yeah, little recessed 510 on that one, and I thought it was very good.
That's funny, isn't it? He picks some nice woods as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's even gone to the point of making the battery cap have a wood inset in there, some wood inset into it.
Very nice.
So yeah, it's nice. It's honest. It's like his old style stuff, which was never used to be stabilized wood. It was always sort of walnut or something, and something that you need to look after and oil and look after. So, and I looking at this, I don't know, but I believe this isn't stabilized. It's just a nice piece of hardwood, which I quite like.
I think it's stabilized.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I don't know, but it's definitely bunny. It's definitely bunny.
Lovely. Yeah.
And lastly, but definitely not least, we've got a nice mod from Mr. Scott Bonner at Turnwood FX, TFX mod.
Cracking them out. He's got this, and he posted another new one today, and they're amazing. It's so good.
It's just lovely. This is a DNA 75C color mod. He's going an extra mile with the button, making the switch, making the actuator, and a lot of modders are doing this now, and it's good to see. I know I sell switches, but I'd rather see somebody being creative making this. And he's definitely done that, and this is just a lovely thing, I think.
That's one of my spots as well. I think it'll get better.
Beautiful, that.
The more you hold it, I think it'll get like finger oils all over it, and look brilliant.
Yeah,
really nice. I'll bring out the graham on it. I think it's lovely. I think it's got like a little recess in the 510. The surround on the button is just beautiful. I think he's absolutely with this.
He is. He's definitely a perfectionist, Scott. He does do some beautiful work, and the polishing. I mean, the time he puts into polishing as well. The finish is just
very, very lovely. Like I said, the recessed 510. It's got that little like lip. It's got there's little bits of detail that you might look at it and not see it straight away, and then you the more you look at it, you go, oh yeah, that's stuck in there. Oh, it's got a surround in there. All of the buttons, blah 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 blah. He's really. Yeah,
they're the things that set a mod apart, really, from good to better. Really,
to great. Right.
Now that's a mod showcase of the week.
Thank you, Rick.
you want to see more, go on Facebook and find our group, Mod Showcases.
Awesome.
Excellent news.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, I'm going to pass out. I think
Good
it's
ones,
too
those. Good ones.
Yeah.
All that we need to do is say bye now.
Bye now.
Bye now.
No, I will just say this. If you're interested in Cactus Punch and the juice Cactus Punch,
Yeah,
there is a limited edition T-shirt available on the apparel or Vaporel, Vape Apparel. Vaporel, what are we going to call it? It's on the Facebook. There's a link on the group, and it's available until tomorrow. And once they're gone, they're gone.
Go and get
In
yourself.
addition, go grab one.
I know there are some people who adore Cactus Punch. You need one of those T-shirts, especially if you're coming to the. I mean, if you're going to the ideal vape meet, you need a T-shirt.
Got to turn up in a uniform.
Vape. The link to that in chat right now. If people want to get involved with that, and that will probably be the home of the official Ideal Home Show Vape Meet T-shirt.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
I hope so.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Yeah, we definitely want James to do them.
So there we go. So definitely worth getting in there. Although we don't want to see 100 people all wearing the exact same T-shirt, it would be.
We definitely want to see 100 people wearing all.
I don't mind. I'd be happy.
Crazy army. I would love to see that. That would be awesome.
But I think as a souvenir, I think, and the fact that it'd be so limited edition makes it something a must-have.
Or you could hang it on your wall and frame it.
Yeah.
Wear it once and frame it.
Yep.
I'll have one.
Yeah, I'll have one
Oh
too.
yeah, me too. So there we go. Thank you for watching the Ideal Home Show.
We'll see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.
Yeah, and
stay
watch
tuned
out
to the
on
group.
Monday.
Yeah, watch out on Monday for the tickets.
No, tomorrow, is it?
No.
Monday. Tickets on Monday. We're not you two. Don't panic about the tickets. Don't spend all weekend worrying about the tickets. There'll be plenty. They should be absolutely plenty. So that's the thing. But they'll be up there on Monday, all being well, and yeah. And throughout the next few weeks, there'll be loads of useful info in the group. If you're not part of the group, now's a good time to be part of the group. You don't need any Facebook friends. You just join the group. You don't need to do Facebook. Just do us.
Yeah, even if you don't do Facebook, but you want to do it, I don't know.
Drop us an email. Drop us an email.
Yeah. Drop Richard an email and we'll sort it out. And we'll send you the link to where to buy the tickets from on Monday.
100%.
So if you don't do Facebook and you really are not going to do Facebook, then just drop Richard an email. And
Yeah, if you're really worried about that, find me, contact me via any of the things, and I'll send you the link on the day.
Yes.
Yeah. So there we go. Thanks for watching.
Excellent.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Don't do it. Bye.
And see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.
That's it.
Bye.